Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at ArklateXHomepage.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Thursday morning forecast update. Finally, a day with no rain in the forecast, so we are going to get kind of an early taste of summer here as high temperatures with a little more sun today, probably pushing close to 90 degrees in most areas, and basically between 2 and 4 p.m. today with the high humidity, we'll probably feel like it's in the mid-90s. So if you have some outdoor activities, some yard work, some things you were planning outside today, earlier the better, as we'll get a little bit of heat on the way this afternoon. It won't be sticking around too long as we do have some more rain headed our way tonight and tomorrow. I will touch on that in just a moment, but for your Thursday morning, low to mid 70s in most areas. We do have a few areas that have slipped into the 60s here, so it is already pretty warm and humid morning. Later today, I have Shreveport at 90. The record's 97, so we're not quite in record high territory today, but pretty warm. Typical high this time of the year is actually about 88 degrees, so we may be running a little bit above average today, and you see some clouds kind of scooting through this morning. A little bit of rain back to our west. This is expected to fizzle out today. However, there is a pretty strong little energetic, I would call it, cold front back here that's moving out of the Rockies, and this will basically fire up another one of these lines of thunderstorms at some point this evening to the north of the Arklatex here. So I'll actually widen out the view a little bit, and you can see over in North Texas, Oklahoma, this is where we expect the storms will get going this afternoon, this evening, and then those storms will kind of charge south towards the Arklatex after sunset tonight. So the severe weather risk, again, is basically after sunset tonight through about 6 a.m. Friday morning. And again, as those storms initially move in, probably going to bring a bit of a high wind threat. Can't rule out some hail or maybe even an isolated tornado, but the threat will be highest here north of I-30. Those storms will be weakening, which is why we have the marginal risk further to the south here. And then for Friday, that level 1 marginal risk will extend south through the rest of the region here. So not a big severe weather impact, but just given the heavy rain we saw yesterday, some portions of Texas and Arkansas, especially the Texarkana area, if this complex of storms did bring another 1 to 2 inches of rain, which is possible here, we'd be on the lookout for maybe some flash flooding again tonight and early tomorrow as well. So here's a look at Robin's Toyota Futurecast for today. The humidity is still very high, so we'll see just kind of that mix of sun and clouds out there. Clouds not likely to drop any rain on us before sunset, but you'll see that complex of storms come charging in. Basically, the window here would be about 8 to midnight north of I-30, and that's where we expect that severe weather threat would be highest here from Clarksville to Idabel, DeQueen, Ashdown, Hope, and maybe even up into Nevada County. Again, the storms should weaken out here as they continue to make their way through on Friday morning, but we may start out early in the day with some rain again in Texarkana with a front down to Shreveport potentially for the morning commute. Now, the frontal boundary is expected to stall here fairly close to I-20 tomorrow, so that will be the trigger for maybe some additional storms. Futurecast not showing much, and I think it's probably underdone as far as the coverage of the rainfall. We expect there will be some scattered storms out there Friday and likely Saturday as well, but this is a notoriously difficult pattern to forecast, so we do have rain chances in the pipeline here Friday into at least early Saturday, but I think we're going to salvage a pretty decent Memorial Day weekend. So look at the rainfall totals again, maybe underdone just a little bit here, but there is the potential some areas could still see about an inch or two of rain. But the take home from the map here is that we're not expecting any widespread heavy rain, but could see some localized flash flooding issues, some of those same areas that were hit with the thunderstorms yesterday morning. If you get a little more rain tonight and tomorrow, again, possibility some roadway flooding, especially in the Texarkana area. Again, for your Friday, the temperatures will drop off a little bit. Wind will turn to the north, so that should help drop our humidity a bit Saturday as well as Sunday. Weekend setting up to be a little bit cooler. Actually, a pretty pleasant weekend for us. I think a lot of us will not see rain on Saturday and should see a little more sun Sunday into Memorial Day. Enjoy the dry pattern. It looks like we'll probably see the rainy pattern set up once again late next week.